Well, hello friends, and welcome back to the craft room slash office for another episode of me telling you about the things that I'm working on and the things that I've watched, because that's pretty much how this has been going. I hope you guys have had a fantastic week. I hope you had a good Veterans Day. Thank you to all who served. I too am a veteran, but I digress. I also had a birthday, so it was kind of a big one. I was an M50, so that happened. But some of you guys may or may not be waiting for a sweater tour. So without further ado, I will also pop some pictures in somewhere along the lines here so you guys can see like me in the sweater. But yes, this is the sweater that I was working on, made with yarn that was from a crocheted top that I unraveled and then knit up, because it's a long story. But the gist of it is I don't really wear colors like that anymore. I used to, like I said, prior version of me, but we won't get into that. So this sweater, in case anybody is interested, is called the Colorful Polo, I believe. I think that's what it's called. If not, then I'll put the name right there. But it's by Patons, which is the folks that make yarn. This is almost knit as designed. There are a couple exceptions. I believe it was supposed to have a contrast color at the cuff and also a contrast color at the hem down here. Again, me and colors, no ma'am. This is all I could do, was to reuse those colors from that original top. And so I wasn't about to make this another super colorful piece of clothing that was never going to be worn by somebody who wears black or some variant of black all the time. Another thing that I changed was like in between each motif, it was supposed to have like some more texture with like yarn overs and all kinds of situations there. But because I was playing yarn chicken, go back and look at my shorts to know more about that. Because I was playing yarn chicken, I really didn't want to do anything that would further jeopardize me actually completing this sweater. But it is complete, and now you guys have seen it, so that's a thing. You may see behind me that I'm trying to hide another project that I'm working on, a little crochet issue, because from that same original crocheted top, I still had and still have yarn left. What am I going to do with all these colors? I don't know. Another thing that we talked about the last time was that I was working on a pair of socks. And they're done. These are my standard vanilla socks with a ribbed cuff. They are, I think, two different colors of a Knit Picks yarn. Obviously one is a tweedy color. I can't remember if I get the ball band, because I do think I have one more ball of this left. I'll put the name of that on here, but that's what this is. So yay, another pair of socks in the books. And of course, I already have another pair on the needles because I am me. And then lastly, for projects that I'm currently working on, this will eventually be a baby hat, because I am going to go to the hospital this week and do, in case you don't know, I am by trade a neonatal nurse. So I work periodically and from time to time with Team Tiny. So I will be doing that later on in the week. And I always like to take at least one hat with me or something for one of the families that have to have their babies in the NICU. But I digress. So in the true crime front, I know we talked about Dustin Duran last time, but now the latest on these true crime streets is Devin Michaels. And what a crazy story. If you haven't heard of her, do the Googling right now, because this thing is like, you can't even make this up. It's such a wild situation. And I don't know why she didn't take the plea. She was originally gonna get 15 years. I have lots of thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys think if you are following this at all. Another thing that we talked about last week in the world of realness is I'm totally blanking on the name of the show.
Oh my gosh!
I'll put it right here. Anyways, on that show, now episode 2 has already come out, and so I've seen everybody's comments on YouTube, and it seems like people are liking episode 2 better than episode 1, so that's promising. And if I can get my hands on a VPN or something, then I'll try to watch it. But I did get like a little behind the scenes interview with Tom Daly and Gordon. I did see that on YouTube, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, this show continues to get people talking in the knitterly world, so I will be excited to see how it develops as it continues. Lastly, I wanted to tell you guys that I finally finished watching Monsters, the Ed Gein version from Netflix, and I have so many thoughts. Like, it moved so slow for me. I don't know if I'm the only person that I was just like, y'all, tell the story. Tell the story. It was good. I like how they added all the elements of like other things, because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Other scenarios that were maybe influenced or impacted by Ed. So they took a lot of creative license, especially toward the end there. It was an interesting portrayal. I'll leave it at that. I'm interested to see the next with Eileen Wuornos, but I hope it goes faster. I have to admit that my ADHD and my neurospicy brain can't take the slow moving situation. That's why it took me so long to finish it, because I would have to like gear up and get my body ready. But what are you guys working on? What do you want to see next from me? I would love to know. Are you liking the shorts? Are you guys that are watching the long form content? Are you watching the shorts as well? I would love to know like how you even found me since you're here. And thank you guys so much. Of course, as always, like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things. And I'll see you guys next week.